What's up, VC? This is Scott. Doing my very first video for you guys. Been watching your videos for years and commenting on a lot of them and liking them, and thought, why not do my own? So I went out and bought myself a camera, and here I am. I've been an avid metal fan, hard rock fan, collector since I was a kid. Literally in grade school, I was into bands like Aerosmith and Kiss first. Those are really the two bands that really got me into it when I was just in grade school. And from there I learned, and loved Thin Lizzy and Ted Nugent and Motorhead and Judas Priest, and those were all the bands I was into in the early years, for me, which was mid to late 70s. And from there I just exploded. Even in grade school, all I wanted for Christmas and birthdays from my parents and relatives was records. They constantly be asking me, don't you want anything else? Nope, just want records. I mowed lawns as a kid to make money so that I could buy my own records, and also my own turntable and stereo equipment. And the turntable that is in the opening credits of this video was actually the turntable I bought in 1985, 84, somewhere around there. And I still own it today. It still works great, still sounds great. And so that's the roots of where I came from. In 1990, I sold my entire record collection, thousands of records, and I used that money to put a down deposit on my first home. And I regret selling some of them now, but since then I've been buying them back, CDs and vinyl, both. So what you're about to see in my music room has been collected since 1990, in the last 30-some years. And so yeah, I don't know, I'm a collector like a lot of you guys, so it's just what I like to do. I enjoy doing it. Nothing more relaxing than being in a record store and flipping through stacks of vinyl. Nothing more exciting than coming across that one vinyl you've been looking for forever and in a store for $2. And so I just like you guys, that's what I'm very much into. So what I thought I would do now was take you through a tour of my music room. It's a work in progress. I'm still working on it, but we'll see what I have so far, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you just give me a second, I'll be right there. So this is my music room. And just as we're coming in the front door, so what we have here is probably the worst framed art in my room, because it's just one of those cheap frames. I have to get it professionally framed one of these days, but it's a Firewall Ministry autographed poster. That poster was given to me by Janice Tanaka, and then later on I had the rest of the band sign it when they were playing in Albuquerque once. It's got some framed Ultimatum CDs up here. So I have room over here for a few more. Ultimatum poster. Autographed Terry Bozzio drumhead. A couple of old hats, AC/DC. Kiss hat from their fan club from the 80s. And, concert poster from Creator of Napalm Death right there on the right. That was when they played in Albuquerque at the launch pad. I believe it was 2005, 2006. It's a lithograph silkscreen. Autographed photo of Ace Frehley. Photo of myself and my son and my brother, Rob Whitlock from Ultimatum, and Ted Nugent. Autographed by Ted in 2008 in the pass that I had from him in that same year. And see if I can get the glare out of the picture here. But this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. This is sheet music from Journey to the Center of the Mind, which I also had Ted sign in 2008 when I met him. And it was fun watching Ted sign this, because he got a kick out of seeing the picture of himself as a 16-year-old. I guess he hadn't seen this in a long time. So, pin box full of band pins and tour pins and whatnot. And then here we have one of my CD shelves and some Kiss stuff on the top here. I'm missing Peter Criss, the old disc washer. And then there's one of the CD shelves here. Next to that we have the The old vintage stereo. And under here we have the old Techniques turntable. Heavy metal box set. Trying to get the glare out of the photo. A photo of Ted Nugent I took in Beaver Creek. Had backstage passes, so I had full band access on that one, so I was able to go on the side of the stage and from the security area. So this photo was actually taken from the security area. It's a picture of painting of Kiss that my wife bought for me for Christmas one year. Over here we have a promo photo, Ultimatum, around the year 2000. That was from the Mechanics of Perilous Times. A photo of myself and Larry Farkas on stage for, that would have been when we did the Vengeance reunion show. One of Larry's guitar picks down the bottom and I swiped from the show. Ultimatum Lex Metalis poster. And on the shelf here, let me turn this light so you guys aren't blinded by it. Some Gene Simmons action figures, dolls, whatever. These are the 12-inch films. And then we have another CD shelf here. Piles of records I need to put away. AC/DC box set. My old mic stand. Some Bose speakers. Anthrax drum head from the original reunion tour with Belladonna. Up from the Ashes tour poster. Again, I apologize for the glare. This is with Deliverance and Ultimatum, Bloodgood, Neon Cross, 2-Day Festival in Anaheim. Autographed poster from Zakk Wylde. Very cool Kiss 1996 reunion poster. And another CD shelf over here. On top of it's full of box sets. You can see the, see if I can back up enough so you can see all the CDs here. And more records down there. A bunch of 10 inches and 7 inches down there need to be put away. Notice another record shelf here. Up here we have a Ted Nugent custom frames. Custom frame ones are nice because you don't get the glare as much as the other ones. Nicer glass. This is a 2006 tour poster autographed by the entire band. Nick Brown, Barry Sparks, and Ted. Hendrix, live at the Fillmore East promo poster. A few collectibles up here. These are the wristbands that are on the front cover of the Lex Metalis CD, and also Saints Crime Scene Earth 2.0. And in the back you can kind of see the Ultimatum box set sitting back there from 2012. This here is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. It's a concert poster that was stapled to a telephone pole at a state fair. And if you look closer you can kind of see, and I'm right above the speaker so I apologize if the music's too loud, but you can see some of the staple holes in the corners. But I really don't care. I just think it's a really awesome, unique piece. Had it custom framed. It's autographed by both Ted Nugent and Alice Cooper. This piece actually was part of my friend Morgan's collection. Morgan passed away several years ago, and now it's part of my collection. And this piece over here is also part of Morgan's collection. It's a Ted Nugent pin box. And some of those pins I did give him, so some of these were actually mine. And after Morgan passed away, this was given to me by a member of his family as a piece of memorabilia to remember him by. And down here below this next CD shelf, there's a picture of myself and Ted Nugent, and that was my friend Morgan who passed away. And after he passed away, Ted Nugent signed this image and sent it to me in the mail. And you can see it says, Blood Brothers, in the wind, he's still alive. Ted Nugent, 2010. And that was actually my wife who had the picture blown up and sent it off to Ted and asked to have him sign it, and he sent it back to me. So that was really cool of Ted to do. Ted knew Morgan much better than he knew me. I doubt Ted knows me at all, I'll tell you the truth. So up here you can see some band concert pins. It's kind of an interesting way to display them. And another CD shelf. There's lots of CD shelves and record shelves in this room. And you can see the table in the front. That little table is full of CDs I'm working on reviews for No Life Till Metal. And up here we have some autographed records. Exciter, Violence and Force, autographed by John Rickey when Ultimatum opened up for them at Thrashmageddon 2 in Albuquerque. Hyrax, autographed by Kate DePena and Angelo Espino, bass player, and guitarist Glenn Rogers, who was a very good friend of mine. He was actually one of the guitarists in Once Dead as well. Vengeance Rising, Once Dead, original pressing, autographed by everybody except for Roger Martinez. Kiss. Yep. Another piece of Nugent autographed memorabilia. Autographed to me by Ted in 07. Dark Angel, Leave Scars, autographed by Ron Reinhardt, who's been a good friend of mine for going on a decade now. Original pressing of Deliverance's Weapons of Warfare, autographed by 3 of the 4 band members. Nazareth, Expect No Mercy, autographed by the whole band. Riot, Fire Down Under, autographed by the whole band. And down here, kind of hidden behind some stuff, is Aerosmith's Greatest Hits, also autographed by the whole band. And this one I picked up for $1 at a, I believe it was a Salvation Army store or one of those kind of stores. And I don't know if the autographs are real. I've had a few people look at it who are in the know, and they seem to think they're real. The album was autographed to someone named Bridget. And if you look on the top of the B, you can somebody smudged her name, whoever wrote the Bridget. So someone's fingerprints are in it. But regardless if it's real or not, it's a cool looking piece, and it was only $1, and the vinyl's in mint condition. And here is one of my record shelves full of memorabilia. There's some Kiss, Ted Nugent. Back there somewhere is an Ozzy car. Some Kiss action figures. You can see a few more in the back. Iron Maiden lunchbox. Alice Cooper action figure. This is a set of drumsticks given to me by Cliff Davies, drummer from Ted Nugent, shortly before he passed away as well. They're both sets are signed, both drums are signed. Put them together, you can kind of see the whole autograph. See Ted Nugent's drum head. This one was actually given to me also in Beaver Creek. This one was handed to me by Ted himself. Ace Frehley action figure given to me by my daughter for Christmas one year. Back here there's a Anvil, what do you call those things? A fanny pack. And inside of it is a autographed DVD of the Anvil movie. Iron Maiden box set. And then here we have another record shelf. One of the bigger record shelves in here. On the floor, some records that I need to put away. Kiss Rolling Stone magazine. And then what metalhead wouldn't have a closet full of these? Yes, the unlimited closet of black t-shirts. That's only half the closet. There are the oddball white ones stuffed in there here and there. And then over here is some framed photos. Dee Snider, Twisted Sister. That one's signed by Dee. Angel. This one, as well as the 3 above it, which is Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, were all shot by Colleen Bracken in California. And she gave me all those and her signatures on the back of them. But you can also see some drumsticks sitting on top. We got focus on that. Tourniquet, drumstick. Dream Theater. One on the top is Fireball Ministry. And then over here we have another CD shelf. This one's full of digipacks and oddballs that won't fit on the regular CD shelves. And that's pretty much it. So that's my music room. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't go too fast or talk too fast. I tend to talk kind of fast. I have tons and tons of more stuff. That closet the shirts are in is full of posters and memorabilia that I have yet to frame or put up just around a room in this room. And so eventually I'll go over some more of that stuff. And before I end this video, I would like to show you a few records I picked up in the last, I don't know, couple weeks to add to the collection. Let's do that now. A couple of all-girl metal bands. Precious Metal. This one's a classic. Girl School Demolition, their debut. This one is on the classic bronze label. Hopefully you can see that without too much glare. This one was a dollar pickup at a flea market. Widowmaker. This is Bob Daisley's band before joining Ozzy. A little bit of ring wear, but for $1, I'm not going to complain, especially for an album you don't see very often. This is on the United Artists label. Still getting that glare from that window. This one is one that I've been trying to bring back to my collection ever since I got rid of it back in 1990, and I recently just scored a copy on eBay for very cheap, actually. I was only bidder. I'm not one to pay too much on eBay for records, so this one here is, I just bid on it and nobody else bid and I won. And it's Cheap Trick Samurai Rock Band bootleg, a classic bootleg. If you get your hands on it, you're a Cheap Trick fan, well worth owning. Got the Big Tracy on the back here, so yes, this album does have Dick. Yeah, I said it. Classic label, the Dancing Skeleton. I've been trying to pick up for a decent price all the 180 gram Aerosmith re-releases. In 2013 they released the first 3 albums on 180 gram vinyl on Record Store Day, and then this year on Record Store Day they released 4 more. So this is the Rockin' a Hard Place. Labels are the same. They're the same Columbia labels that the originals were on. Jimmy Crespo, Rick Buffet. It was actually one of my first concerts with seeing Aerosmith on the Rockin' a Hard Place tour at the Spectrum in Philadelphia with Pat Travers opening. A show I'll never forget. And also one of the most iconic album covers. Always love this cover. Draw the Line. Back. Hopefully you can see that. It's getting a lot of glare because it's white and it's in a plastic sleeve. But anyhow. This one I had a lot to do with. It was I worked for Rox Records, and originally my band was just on Rox, but I've been doing a lot of artwork and a lot of different things for Rock Records over the years. And this is an album that I did all the design work on, layout for, and had a lot to do with cleaning up the cover art and getting it to this point. And it's a classic speed metal album, Deliverance, Weapons of Our Warfare. Absolute classic. Remastered for vinyl, Sounds fantastic. 180 gram vinyl. This one happens to be the blue vinyl. See the Rocks label on one side, and on the back, or the front rather, is the custom Deliverance. Also has an insert in it, and first, I can't remember the exact number, but the first bunch had also a free CD of the vinyl mix. This is another one I've been wanting for quite a while, but it's just so pricey, and I finally scored a copy for a reasonable price, brand new sealed. Judas Priest Nostradamus box set. 3 records, 2 CDs, 40-page hardcover book, and a poster. Very impressive as far as the amount of things inside of it. Unfortunately, we'll chalk this one up to genius in packaging. Well, we'll just leave that to a separate video, but this one disappointed me a bit. I was very excited to get it, only to find out that every copy of this press has a manufacturer's defect, we'll call it. Then we have the New Priest, Redeemer of Souls. Classic album. I just can't stop listening to it. They definitely, I don't know about redeeming souls, but they definitely redeemed themselves from Nostradamus. Gatefold cover, awesome cover artwork, and the music's just fantastic. I've been listening to it over and over again. And then this is one that I'm particularly proud of. This is my band Ultimatum. 2012, they released this record on CD and box set, and then this year, 2014, Rock saw fit to release it on limited edition vinyl, green or black. And again, you can see the Rocks label. It's actually green marble. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. If get a little closer, you can see it, maybe. And on the other side, you can see the custom Ultimatum 20 years label. This one too comes with an insert that's numbered. And the music for this was all remastered, specifically for vinyl. Sounds fantastic. Any of you guys who get that record, I'd really like to hear what you think about it. But I was blown away with how awesome it sounded. Isidro Garcia did a fantastic job. And then finally, this came in the mail today from my friend Brian Marshall. Trade we worked out. Udo live at Sofia, 2 CDs, DVD. Huge Udo fan. And finally, and I just dropped it, what I'm playing on the system right now as you're listening to this, local band, Musketeers, The Downward Spiral. This album was originally released, some of these songs were recorded in the early 80s, early 90s. Downward Spiral, I believe, came out in 1990. Might have been 91, I'm not 100% positive. I think it was 90. But finally saw the light of day on a real CD, and I think it was 2011 on Rocks Records. And highly recommend it if you like speed metal, thrash. Great band. You've been listening to it the entire time I've been yakking. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my first video. Let me know how I did. I would love to hear from you. You can also check out my website, www.nolifetilmetal, or my discussion board, heartofmetal.net. And again, leave me some comments. Definitely click the little subscription thing below, and appreciate hearing from you guys, and we'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.